Everyone thought the scars on her arms were from some clumsy accident, until the general leaned forward and whispered, "She's one of ours." The laughter stopped instantly. It was the kind of silence that could slice through metal, sharp, cold, and full of realization. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I love knowing who's listening. The confrontation, day 3 of boot camp. The sun baked the parade ground until the air shimmered like glass. Sweat dripped from helmets. New recruits stumbled under the weight of their packs, and in the middle of it all stood Private Elena Cross, quiet, disciplined, and scarred. Her forearms bore pale, jagged lines, marks that told a story no one dared ask about. Until that morning. "Hey, Cross," a tall recruit barked. "You fall into a shredder or something?" Laughter rippled through the line, harsh, nervous, and eager. No one wanted to be the next target. Elena didn't flinch. She just stared ahead, her jaw locked, eyes fixed on the horizon. "Guess they'll take anyone these days," another muttered. "Even the broken ones." Their drill sergeant didn't intervene. He watched, silent, expression unreadable. Some said he believed adversity built character. Others thought he simply didn't care. But someone was watching. From across the field, a visiting officer in a pressed uniform and dark sunglasses had paused mid-step. A silver insignia glinted on his collar, 2 stars. A major general, and his gaze didn't leave Elena once. Rising tension, the mocking didn't stop there. During physical training, they laughed when she hesitated before the rope climb. They whispered when she rolled her sleeves down in the heat that night. In the barracks, she could hear them. Muffled jokes, fake sympathy, cruel curiosity. "She's hiding something. She can't even sleep right. Keeps waking up like she's hearing gunfire." What kind of person gets scars like that before joining the army? Elena pretended not to hear. But inside, her chest ached with memories she'd buried. Deep, the flash of explosions, the smell of iron and smoke, the sound of a voice over the radio saying, "We lost her team." They thought they were mocking a fragile recruit. They had no idea they were taunting a ghost from a classified war. And every time she closed her eyes, she saw the faces of the ones who didn't make it back. Micro cliffhanger 1. That morning's drills were brutal, a full obstacle course under the watchful eye of the general himself. The recruits lined up. Elena's heart hammered. The rope climb, the mud crawl, the wall jump. Every movement brought flashes of another time. Dust, screams, and a chopper hovering over a collapsing compound. When her turn came, the same recruit from before, Daniels, smirked. "Try not to bleed on the ropes, Cross." She said nothing, but as she gripped the rope, her hands didn't tremble. They remembered, and within seconds, she was at the top, faster than anyone before her. The laughter stopped again. Daniels cursed under his breath. But the general? He smiled. Just a faint curve at the corner of his mouth, as if recognizing something only he could see. Rising conflict. Later that day, during the field navigation test, the recruits got lost in the woods. Compass readings blurred, tempers flared, and the sun began to dip. Daniels kicked a rock in frustration. "We're lost because she's leading." Elena checked her map. "We're not lost. The checkpoint's just beyond that ridge." "Yeah, sure," he sneered. "You think you're some kind of hero? Those scars don't make you special." She turned to him. Calm, steady. "They're not from being special. They're from surviving." The words hit harder than she expected. Even Daniels looked uncertain for a moment. Then a rustle. A sudden crack from the tree leaned. A wild boar burst through the brush. Huge, fast, and charging straight toward them. Before anyone could react, Elena moved 0.3 steps forward. Drop to one knee. Extend the training rifle. One sharp, perfect shout. "Move." The others dove aside. The animal skidded past, narrowly missing the group before vanishing back into the trees. Silence followed. Elena's breathing was calm, controlled, muscle memory, and when she turned back, the general was there. He'd followed them. Watching. Micro cliffhanger 2. That night, under the fading orange sky, the general called the entire unit to attention. "Recruits," he said, voice carrying across the yard. "Today I witnessed something familiar." His eyes rested on Elena. She moved with precision, with control. That's not something you learn here in 3 days. The recruits shifted uneasily. Daniels muttered, "What's he talking about?" The general walked closer to Elena. His boots crunched softly against the gravel. When he spoke again, his tone changed. Lower, almost reverent. "Private Cross," he said. "You served before, didn't you?" A murmur spread through the line. She hesitated. Her hand twitched at her side. "Sir, that record's classified." And the general nodded slowly. "I thought so." The reveal. He turned to the others, his voice firm. "You want to know about her scars? You think they make her weak? Let me educate you." He took off his sunglasses. The recruits froze. She was part of Operation Black Veil, an elite covert response unit. The kind of mission that doesn't exist on paper. Her team went behind enemy lines to extract hostages when everyone else said it was suicide. He paused. Out of 7 soldiers, she was the only one who made it back. Gasps broke out. Some lowered their heads. Daniel stared at the ground, his face drained of color. The general continued, softer now. "You think she came here to prove herself? No. She came here to start again." Climax. For the first time since boot camp began, Elena felt the weight lift, the fear, the guilt, the need to stay invisible. She wasn't hiding anymore. When the general finished, he turned to her, and in a rare moment of emotion, whispered, "Black Ops survivor. You don't owe anyone an explanation." It wasn't loud enough for the others to hear clearly, but they didn't need to. The respect in his tone said it all, and when he straightened, the recruits, one by one, saluted her. Even Daniels. The yard was silent, except for the sound of boots clicking and a soft wind moving through the flag above. For the first time, Elena allowed herself to smile. Resolution. Weeks passed. Training continued, but the laughter never returned. Instead, recruits sought her advice. They listened when she spoke. Elena taught them what no manual could: how to stay calm under fire, how to watch each other's backs, how to keep moving even when you think you can't. When graduation day arrived, she stood at the front of her unit, head held high, medals glinting faintly against the morning sun. Daniels approached her quietly. "Cross, I was out of line. I didn't know." She nodded. "You do now?" He extended his hand. She took it, and somewhere nearby, the general watched with that same quiet smile, because some lessons, he knew, couldn't be taught, only earned. Moral and closing. Because strength isn't about the scars we hide. It's about the battles we survive and the courage to start again. And sometimes, the quietest person in the room carries the loudest story of all. If you felt something from Elena's story today, take a moment to share where you're watching from and what this story meant to you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join our growing family of listeners who believe that courage, real courage, never fades.